All right, the Clemson Insider is here at Dudley High School as part of our tour of champions. Standing here with Coach Stephen Davis, Payton Page's coach. Coach, just talk about Payton, what kind of a player he is, how much of a luxury it is to have a guy like that on your defensive line.
Well, before I mention what kind of player he is, he's just an outstanding young man, just full of fun, just laughter, really joyful. But one of the better players we've had since I've been here, got a chance to be one of the best, and I think the best in the nation. It's one thing that's keeping him right now from being, I think, the number one D tackle in the nation. If he can drop 20 pounds, I think the sky will be the limit. But just an outstanding player that anyone would love to have, and we definitely enjoy having him.
Definitely. How would you describe him as a player? Is there anybody that he compares to, maybe that you've coached in the past, or just anybody in the college or NFL game that you would liken him to?
Well, no one I've coached, I can honestly say that, but, just some of the bigger guys like Ndamukong Suh, because he's that size, he's quick off the ball, and he's extremely strong, especially for this level. And I think by the time he get to college, he'll be strong for that level. So that would be one of the guys, I think. His mentality on the field is a whole lot different from what it is just in the general public. Once he gets on the field, he turns into outstanding player. So, again, we love having him.
You touched on it a little bit, but obviously Clemson looks highly into character when they're evaluating kids, not just the talent on the field, but Payton seems to check all the boxes. He seems like a great young man who really fits what Clemson's looking for off the field as well.
He does. He won't have any problems with him. If he commits to Clemson, it won't be no problem at all as far as behavior. His mom and dad has done a great job raising that young man, and we just trying to help them out, just keep him focused here while he's at Dudley.
Yeah. If Page were to choose Clemson, how do you think he'd fit in there from what you see?
Oh, I think he fit right in. Regardless of where he goes in the country, he's going to fit right in. He's that type of player. Yeah.
Do you see an instant impact for him wherever he goes?
I do. Unless you just got some animals on that front line, I think he'll be great wherever he goes.
What does having a guy like that, such a high-profile kid, do for the rest of your team and the exposure of some of your other players?
Well, it gets the other players notice as well. When you have all these big-time coaches coming in looking at a young man, it gives some of the other guys a chance to get looked at as well, especially when they go out to practice and things of that nature. And to sit back and watch him on film, then they might get an eye of another guy who's doing well and ask about that young man.
Sure. What are your? Can you just speak to Clemson a little bit? What you think of the program and kind of your relationship with the staff there? Oh,
well, one of the top 3 programs in the country since Dabo has taken over, and I have a good relationship with those guys. Dabo and defensive coordinator, those guys are wonderful. Treat me like any other coach when I go down and things of that nature. So, good program.
Looking ahead to the season with Payton and your team, what do you see in store for this for your group coming up?
You know what? If we can just get the leadership we need from these guys on the field and in practice, I think the sky can be the limit this year.
Awesome, Coach. Well, this is Coach Stephen Davis from Dudley High School. Coach, we really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, Coach.